Hey, I'm Ted Santos. You know me, the host of Straight Talk. We are that talk show that is made for men by men. Ladies, not even you want to miss it. And I want to do a short video. As you see in the title, here's how you deal with the WAPs, the whack ass prostitutes like Cardi B. Now, when I heard about this divorce, I had a few radical thoughts about marriage and and what this divorce might really be telling us as men to rethink some things. And some of the ideas that I have, they're going to sound crazy at first. However, I ask that you think about them before you call me a lunatic. Some of you might already think I'm a lunatic. That's okay. But I want to talk about, uh, let's make sure I say this properly. Belcalis Marlenis Almanzar is divorcing Chiari Kendrell Cephas, also known as Cardi B is divorcing Offset, and I think this divorce just might set off Offset when he goes through this. Probably not going to have a happy ending, but who knows? They may reconcile. But according to Cardi B, this divorce has been irrevocably broken, and there are no prospects for reconciliation. That's what's been filed by Cardi B. Cardi B. So, what are my thoughts about this? I think there are a few lessons here, and the first one I'm gonna throw a bone to the ladies. I'm gonna give you something. And I know women ignore this when they hear this, and I'll say it anyway. Ladies, leave guys alone when you know they have several children from different women. Like, what do you think you're going to do? Change them? You believe he's a good father because he likes kids? He has a lot of different kids? How? I mean, how do you come up with that logic? However, if you're willing to accept that a man who has several children with different women is still going to be interested in having sex with different women, if you can accept that and remain married to him, you'll be fine. Apparently, Cardi B uh, is not comfortable with the fact that she's with a guy who still wants to have sex with different women. And he probably will still make children with other women, even though he's married to her. So, uh, for you ladies who ignore the wisdom of women of men, you'll keep doing what you say. And I know they've told women that you're smarter than men, so you don't have to listen to our wisdom. Ignore at your own peril, your own demise. I just gave you something, ladies. Treasure it. So, what are the other things? For men, first, men, do not marry a prostitute. And if you think Cardi B is something aside from a prostitute, you then let's talk about what happens when you marry a prostitute, right? Uh, and she's a criminal, right? So think about Cardi B's body count. And what do you think? You're gonna think Cardi B has only had sex with 50 different guys? She was a stripper. She was a prostitute. What do you think? 100, 300, 500 different men? I don't know how long she was a prostitute. She was also in a gang, so that also leads to lots of different sexual activity. So she's put herself in a lot of positions where sex with different men was normal. So I've already said if a woman has sex with 6 different men, she's already going. That's where she starts going down that path of becoming emotionally unstable. So if she's only had 50 different guys, that's very much. If she's 100 plus, women like that, if you think you're going to turn, they say, a hoe into a housewife, Well, look at the emotional instability that Cardi brings to everything. Just being out in the world, fighting, uh, marrying dudes with different kids, and just the logic, the complete lack of logic of how she rationalized being with a guy who already had a bunch of different children with different women. She said the more the merrier is what she said. So, um, second, she's a criminal. She drugs men and robs them. Imagine what this divorce is going to be like. This is why I said, Offset, you're going to be set off. Uh, if she's nice about this, man, I will be surprised. But she is already so emotionally unstable because of the amount of men she's had sex with. This is going to be most likely a really ugly divorce. So, see more reasons why you don't marry prostitutes. Don't need to say more about that. So the third thing is, and I know a lot of women have followed Cardi B and Nicki Minaj in augmenting their body. Cardi B, her body is fake. Everything about her is fake. So how can a fake woman even be a good lover? I mean, intimacy requires you to reveal your true self, and hell, you're already starting off with everything being fake. You're not even revealing yourself. You're revealing something that you are not, never could be, and you just were unwilling to do the work and go to the gym and work out and sculpt your body. So, aside from being fake, may also be lazy. Her entire life is about being fake, including robbing and drugging guys, right? So, basically, she's for show. Don't get caught up in looks, guys. Uh, and Cardi B's divorce made me think of some other things. Things like this. Look at Holly Berry. Holly Berry once was categorized as the sexiest woman alive all over the place. Everyone around the world saw her that way. But yet, I think Cardi B is on one end of the spectrum and Holly Berry's just on the other. What do I mean by that? So, if you look at Holly Berry, she looks uptight. She looks like a woman who's been raped, right? And so that would make her a prude. Cardi B is on this. I have no proof. I'm asserting she's on the same spectrum, right? Women who have been raped can be very prudish, uptight, afraid, or they can be out of control and loud and more whorish, right? Both could be whorish. You could have a whorish prude, right? So look at how it worked out for Holly Berry. You know, people say sexiest woman alive. However, in the bedroom, she could be very much a prude, and the man is getting nothing out of it, which means he's out there looking for his sexual fulfillment from other women. So even though we look at um, Cardi B as being this out of control sexual diva, she could be no different than Holly Berry and being prudish in the bedroom, which means whoever's with her is going to have to get their fulfillment elsewhere. But there's something else that happened. NIH did some studies on sexual rape and molestation of younger women and how that affected them as prostitutes. And here's one of the things that they said in that study. Survivors were asked whether and how the rape was associated with engaging in prostitution. Most, meaning 75%, stated that they felt that it was related to this assault. The most commonly cited reason for engaging in prostitution by these survivors was that they were trying to regain some control over their lives and their bodies. Exchanging sex for money was seen as one way to control men's access to them. Implications for future research on victimization and prostitution are discussed. So what did Cardi B do? Right? She took control of men. She drugged them. She robbed them. She was a prostitute. She took money for sex. All of this are the kind of signs and symptoms of a woman who is raped or molested, most likely raped when very young. And her way to get back at men and take control of men, revenge almost, the anger of not being able to get out of that situation, is to abuse men. I guess in a way, maybe she felt she was abused. And it is. I mean, it's unfortunate when young girls, any woman is raped or molested. But she's showing the signs and symptoms of a woman who's been through that. So, one is if you look at Holly Berry, like I said, she's the controlled prude, and Holly Berry is the controlled prude, and Cardi B is the out of control criminal prostitute. Uh, in the bedroom, it turns out to be the same. So a lot of women who've been raped and molested are really kind of reliving that. So they're not always the best lovers unless they do something about it. So whether it's a woman like Holly Berry or Cardi B, they both can be horrible lovers. On the outside, you believe you're getting something special based on looks. And even the case of Cardi B, it's one reason why I say just because a woman presents herself as a freak and I'll do anything and everything doesn't mean she's a good lover, because inside she may be doing all that freaky stuff because it's a way for her to have control, or at least the perceived control of a man. But it doesn't mean she's enjoying it at all. And that's one of the problems of being with a woman who's been raped. Um, they often, not often, they should get therapy. I would suggest you avoid women like that. And if you can be of any value to them, help them find their way to getting therapy. So, what else am I saying? What other thoughts did I have here? Looks mean nothing. Okay. Basically, women like Cardi B and Holly Berry are really for entertainment, unfortunately. Because they didn't get the proper therapy, that's what they end up presenting, and you'll not have a fulfilled life. And trying to do more to make them happy won't help, because what they're dealing with has nothing to do with you. They just haven't dealt with it. So I had some other thoughts in thinking about Cardi B. There's some other thoughts about there is another way for men to view marriage or relationships in marriage, right? So you've heard me say it before, make the woman earn everything. In the past, a lot of women had no problem uh, clearly demonstrating that they had some value to offer to a man's life. Now women want this fairy tale life while they offer nothing. They just want to be there and say, I'm the prize. So here are a few perspectives. Here's some new perspectives for men to have. And here's where you might think I'm crazy. Stop believing you get the cow for free. Sex is mutual. It's a mutual exchange. And the moment you, as a man, believe you are getting the cow for free, you just diminished yourself during sex. Technically, she's getting you for free. However, if you only believe you're getting her for free, and you should be just lucky to have her, you just diminished your value during sex. And technically, we bring life to sex. We carry life. We bring it. We implant it in her. Without us carrying life, there's no life to plant in her. So it's either a mutual exchange or she's got to get that we are actually the value in sex because we carry life. The other is stop doing big weddings. Make women earn a wedding. Now, this might sound crazy. This and the last thing I'll say will sound crazy. If you make a woman earn the wedding, the first thing you do is you do a prenuptial agreement that's no less than 10 pages, right? So for you guys who want to either it's because you're moving up the corporate ladder, you want to leave your legacy legally to your children, um, please don't marry for love. Make sure you understand that marriage is a legal binding contract and you have an addendum to it called a prenuptial agreement. So you have that, you make her earn the wedding. They speak of people having a 7 year itch. A lot of marriages not getting beyond 7 years for whatever reason, it falls apart. If she goes through 7 years with you, for your 8 year anniversary, give her a wedding. She's earned it, provided she's been a good wife. However, in that marriage, if she does something really stupid, let's say in year two, the clock starts from zero all over again. So from at year two, she does something stupid, you're now back at zero and she has to wait 7 years after you, even though it's been year two, which means you're going to be into 9 years of marriage. She does something really stupid, reset the clock back at zero, no wedding. Now, some women may marry you and not really care about it. But if you do your initial marriage by going to City Hall, you only need your parents or close friends. That's it. You don't need more than like 5 or 6 people. You don't need a bunch of people there. You need your witnesses, and that's it. You're legally married. The contract, your prenuptial agreement is signed, and you are married. The ceremony, the wedding ceremony is really not even for your wife. It's for her to show something to the rest of the world, which means it has nothing to do with the relationship. The last thing is, fellas, men, you should start thinking about marriage insurance. Really, it would be more like divorce insurance. So traditionally, the woman's father pays for the marriage. So instead of paying for this big ceremony, get divorce insurance. Get an insurance policy. 70% of over 70% of divorces are initiated by the woman. Look at Cardi B. She initiated the divorce. If you get her father to put into an escrow account, or if there's an insurance company that has marriage insurance, divorce insurance, he uses that money for the wedding for a policy. That initial 20, 50, whatever that amount is. And then there's a monthly premium paid each month so that if she actually at any point asks for a divorce, that divorce insurance kicks in, you collect it and use it to pay for your insurance. I mean, pay for your divorce. And in your prenuptial agreement, she has no access to it. That money is yours. It is not part of your union. It is a security policy uh, that's put in place in the event she wants a divorce and you're less likely to be wrecked financially. So many of the things that would be paid for would come out of that policy, whether it's you can choose to use it for alimony, child support, whatever the hell you want. The lawyer fees, all of that stuff. But the policy belongs to you. Men should get divorce insurance because so many women are filing for divorce and it leaves men vulnerable. So you need some sort of insurance policy that will protect you in the event she wants to devastate, and she should pay for that. Because if she has this thing of irreconcilable differences, then she needs to be responsible, and that should cost her so that she thinks twice. Now, in the event you never get a divorce and you live your life, at some point you you use that money as a retirement, or you use it to help your children with a down payment on their house, or you take a vacation together. However you want to use it. But if she remains a good girl then you can share that money with her any way you want, or you buy your classic whatever the hell you want to buy, classic car or a cabin in the countryside. So those are my thoughts from Cardi B's divorce. Tell me what you think about it. Like the video, share it. If this is your first time watching, subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, hit the bell, because I understand that there are some crazy activities going on with YouTube, or in how they have been promoting videos for a lot of guys like me who speak up for men. So comment, share this, like it, and hit the bell. I'd like to hear what you think about my thoughts about Cardi B, delayed weddings, insurance policies. Want to hear it all. Until then, guys, my next video, take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.